everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and I have a returning guest in the corner who brought a shotgun, which is always scary. Would you like to unveil your secret identity before you shoot me?
I'm Ben HBI2K Creighton.
Would you actually shoot me? That's not very nice. We invited you and everything.
Oh, if I shot you, it wouldn't be with a shotgun. You'd never see it coming.
Oh, I see how it is. I haven't heard that one before. But no, it's kind of nice to talk to you because at Youmacon, I kept seeing you out of like the corner of my eye in the green room, but I really didn't get a chance to like sit down and talk with many of you guys.
Yeah. I met DJ Christmas for the first time at Youmacon, but I don't recall getting a chance to talk to you.
Yeah, I was the only girl of the 91.8 The Fan. That wasn't my cousin. My cousin is a little bit bigger than me, and she has weird colored hair, and I'm pretty like normal in my hair color. It's just brown, and I just carry around a stick camera everywhere. I was that person.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do recall seeing you around, but yeah.
Yeah, I was jumping from like person to person, being like, "Oh, hey, it's nice to see you again. It's been so long." And then I think I had about 10 events that weekend on top of our booth, so I was pretty busy.
Yeah, that was one of the better run cons I've been to in a while. I was happy all of our events were in one room, so if I got confused, I could just go back to that same place, and half the time it was where I was supposed to be.
Oh, you guys were in Kobo the entire time, like that one upper room in
Yeah.
Kobo? Oh, you lucky.
Yeah, it was great, and so we only had to set up our sound once, and then it was done, and yeah, we were very pleased.
I'm super jealous. I think I went in that room for one of our panels, and then you had opening and closing. Obviously, you did too. And then I think we had one below. We had like three of them below that big room, and it was in all different rooms every single time. So it was a fun experience. But no, I love Youmacon. It's always so nice, and I kind of got a little bit, choked up when I had to leave.
Yeah, it's always a little weird going back to real life after a con, isn't it?
To a certain degree, but with that one specifically, everyone who's a guest, I kind of feel, hey, I haven't seen you in a year. It's so nice to see you. And then you kind of have to say bye, and that's just really kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, I was lucky this past year because I got to see most of the folks that I go to Youmacon to see twice. Once at Youmacon and once at Kaiser's wedding. So that was really cool.
There you go. That's always fun. Well, what did you think of, the turnout to your guys' panels?
Oh, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, really good crowd this year. I mean, Yomacon's a great crowd every year, but even by that standard, I think this year was particularly good.
And are there any moments that stand out in your mind from Youmacon besides drunken parties?
Well, there was one, but you warned me against vulgarity.
Hmm.
So Kaiser and I shared a room. This
Oh God, I'm already scared of the story.
Yes. Uh, Naturally, this is the first thing to pop into my head. We share a room, and the door to the bathroom was smoked glass. And I, not even thinking about this, go in to take my shower, and I hang the pair of pants I'm gonna wear up on the hook on the door to steam to get the wrinkles out. And so I get done, I get changed, I walk out, I open the door, and there's Kaiser sitting at the desk and working on his computer. And he turns to me and he says, "Hey, Ben, so two things. One, that glass door does not leave much to the imagination. And two, good for you."
Oh, it's fantastic. Now I remember Scott got particularly very drunk one of the nights, and I remember Chris sent him back to his room. It was like, hey, you need some water, let's send you back. So I'm glad
Yes.
he got his party on. And he was safe. Always a plus.
Yes, definitely. Well, that's another plus of having the green room in the in the same hotel we're staying at.
That Youmacon seems like a very drinky convention, which, hey, every convention has to have their stick.
Yeah, well, the last con I went to before Youmacon was A-Con, and it was kind of flipped from Youmacon because Youmacon has the open bar in the green room, but we're kind of not entirely, but but to some extent left to our devices when it comes to food. Whereas at Acon, there were no drinks in the green room, but they laid out an amazing spread every day. So the money that I would have been spending feeding myself just went to booze. So it all balanced out, you know?
Oh, there you go. That's the best plan for you. And for anyone else who attends Acon as a guest, you know for the future. Have
Exactly.
a booze cash stash.
Exactly.
Those are the words we should be sending kids. I like it. Well, now, one of the things that the fans wanted me to ask you about specifically, because I tried to involve them when we get you guys on, especially
Sure.
with the abridgers, is the JoJo Bizarre Adventure abridged series, because you play a character in that.
Yes, yes, I do. I play as in most series. I play the father. For some reason, we just this just this year noticed. Wow, I am actually everybody's father, aren't I? Uh, but yeah, Antfish was great to work with. Great voice director. I like because he's very particular about how he wants his lines read, which is actually something that I very much appreciate because you work with some other folks who are a little more permissive and just, you send in your line and whatever, it's good. Like, no, please hold me to a higher standard. Make me make myself sound good. So yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun.
I can kind of understand that because when we do, commercial projects or when we make advertisements, everyone changes like in the director's seat so everybody kind of gets a chance. And then with some people on staff, it's kind of like, oh yeah, just give me these lines and you send them and it's like, okay, yeah, good. And it's like, well, do you want me to do something different or maybe I should change it up? No, no, it's fine. It's fine. I can work with this. Okay.
Yeah. That and it was just an absolute delight to play a character where my very first piece of description or direction that I got was, okay, so this guy's basically Ron Swanson. Go.
Well, that series is really, and it always surprises me that the series didn't get licensed first off, but that series is very unique. Let's use that word.
Yeah. I've honestly never seen the original series. I just just got into it through Antfish, so all I've seen is his version.
Well, his version captures the original pretty well. It's just there's a ton of pop culture references. That's probably one of the reasons why it didn't get licensed.
Gotcha. Lots of those Japanese references that are kind of lost on your typical American viewership. Then.
Well, some of them are actually, American superstars. It's been a while since I've gotten a chance to watch like like the original like old school series. But in that one, I remember there was a lot of issues with licensing too. So either way, I think it's a really interesting abridged series to do, and I think the fans kind of appreciate the fact that you guys are doing it.
Definitely.
So, in terms of other projects that you want to pimp out, is there anything specific you want to tell the fans about? So instead of, just watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure all the time, they can watch something new?
I'm hoping, knock on compressed particle board like substance. I'm hoping to have something to announce soon, but I don't like to talk too much about upcoming projects because of something that we call Duke Nukem Forever / Naruto the Abridged Movie Syndrome. Um, but hopefully, I know that Kaiser's been hard at work at episode 39 right now. I honestly have no idea what his schedule's like after that, but hopefully, if everything works out, I should have a writing credit under the Team 4-Star banner in the foreseeable future. So that should be a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I've ever since Taka gave me the okay, yeah, I guess I do have something relatively recent to pimp, which was that I Taka gave me the idea to do another Game of Thrones song parody. That's up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/HBI2K. Uh, and Taka knows how my mind works. He says, Ben, you know that Toto song, Africa? Yeah. Okay, what if instead of the rains of Africa, it was the rains of Castamere? Oh, damn you, Taka. Because once an idea like that is in my brain, it just circulates until, without even meaning to, like within about 4 hours, I had the a pretty good outline of what the song was going to be, and then within the next couple of days, it was done. Because once my brain seizes on something like that, it can't stop.
Very cool. And I know the fans can follow you on YouTube. One of the interesting things when I was trying to get all the information on your latest projects today and stalking you and whatnot, when you search you online, you
Mhm.
get to all these wikis, and a lot of them actually don't have, for example, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and some of your latest things. It's pretty much Berserk, Gantz, Vision of Escaflowne, and Dragon Ball Bridge. And I was like, I know there's more. I can find more.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have, oh man. Yeah, just about anything that's coming up I can't really talk about yet. But but yeah, I do have another largish part coming up in a one shot that yeah, I really don't know what kind of timetable we're looking at. Hopefully it shouldn't be too far away by the time this interview goes up.
Well, that's always a plus because, you have stuff coming down the pipeline, which means that you're getting work, and work is always awesome.
Yes, yes it is. Yeah, I've been doing some. Unfortunately, I've been so incredibly busy lately. I just moved apartments and I've been getting some freelance actually paying work, editing work, which is just bizarre. But so yeah, that's been eating up so much of my time, but the next couple of months should be a little more free, so I'm hoping to get a little more work done on upcoming projects.
You kind of sound like you went through what I'm going through right now. I'm moving at the end of the month. I'm moving again in April, which will be fun. But I started doing a little bit of commercial work in the area. So I kind of feel your pain trying to do everything at once. It's like juggling chainsaws and bunny rabbits.
Yeah, yeah, it's a tough balancing act because the paying work gives me the time and also the materials to uh, hopefully get back to doing some more of the work that I want to be doing for YouTube and for Team Four Star and for all that fun stuff.
But the paying work is also, you can try new avenues that you wouldn't necessarily think about too, because it's not necessarily a project that you're helming, something different.
Definitely, and actually, I was never sure until I got this just latest round of paying editing work. I it's doing dissertation defense videos for students at ASU and making them look better than just somebody standing in front of a microphone, splicing in the PowerPoint slides and animating them and making them move around. And the subject matter is so far above my head because these are engineering students who are actually smart and building bridges in Africa and actually helping people. But even not knowing the subject matter at all, realizing that I still enjoy the work of editing has really inspired me to try to learn some more tricks of the trade and try and get into doing that as a paying gig more often. So I've been some folks may know I've done most of my editing on Sony Vegas, but this past semester I took a Final Cut Pro class, and I want to get into learning Adobe and actually uh, try and get a little closer to the high bar that's been set by some of the really great editors that I've been privileged to work with, like your Ant Fishes and your Kaiser and Masako and guys like that.
That always kind of seems like a challenge when you get used to a program and you're like, now I get to learn this new thing. It looks so inviting.
Yeah, although I was actually pretty surprised by how easily my Vegas knowledge transferred over to Final Cut. And you can that's another thing that you can see on my YouTube channel is as one of my projects for that class, I cut together a trailer to the audio from the You Got Served trailer with footage from Adventure Time. So yeah, how many classes do you get to do something like that and then turn it in and get an A?
Hey, if you got an A, that's always the important thing. I,
Yeah.
I found that Sony Vegas and Adobe do have some similarities, but usually for people who are, do the more cheaper option, when they make the leap, it's kind of like they're leaping off a cliff and they don't know if they're going to land. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I use and most of the staff uses Magic's movie editor, which I've just used it since I was 13, so I'm so used to it for all the keyframe animations and everything. I'm just like, I know how to use it, and it's easy for me to teach somebody. So moving to another program would kind of be like, it's different, it's changed, I don't want to.
Yeah, well, yeah, I cut my teeth on something called ULead Video Studio, which I think goes under a different name now or is defunct or I don't even know. But yeah, moving from that, that's what I did. Berserk, Gantz, and the first one or two episodes of Escaflowne on, and then moving from that to Vegas was just eye opening. It's like, wait, I I can have more than two audio tracks now. I, I, I can have voice, music, and sound effects at the same time without having to recompile the entire audio track so I can shove it into one. And what?
Well, see, I'm lucky with Magic. It's like 34 tracks I can work with, so
Oh, nice.
so I'll just stick with that until I find a reason to break it, when I'm trying to do something. But for the fans out there that want to stalk you, obviously they can for your YouTube, but you will also have any other social networking out there like Twitter or Facebook?
Twitter's the other best place to keep track of me at HBI2K. Try to keep it consistent and easy. Um, so yeah, I mostly lurk, but every once in a while I'll actually have something to say.
I like your picture right now, like your header picture for your Twitter. I think you're posing with a cosplayer, but just the expression.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what me, Lanny, and a Saris cosplayer, as I recall.
Yes. So if you find someone who has an extremely raised eyebrow, I think you found HBI2K on Twitter.
Yep, I think that sounds about right.
And now, do you have any other events the fans can see you at? Any other conventions coming up?
Nothing confirmed yet. So yeah, yeah, I will almost certainly be back to Youmacon next year because I will always go if they invite me. Anything else is kind of up in the air, but I'll try and keep those announcements on up on Twitter, and then you can also always check the Team 4 Star site. We have a schedule of con appearances, so you can keep an eye on that to see where I'll be at next.
I'd like to say we will totally see you at Youmacon, so if they invite us, we will, but I don't know yet, so still up in the air, technically. But Youmacon seems to love the same people, so hopefully.
Yeah, I mean I've been going every year for what the last 3 years now, so yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, last year was our second year, so hopefully we can make it three because it would seem like such a disappointment now not to go to Youmacon.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm super far away, so I'm sure I could ship off somebody who was closer and they could go and stare at the people for me. That's what they're good for. Now, is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners out there? Any words of wisdom, dating advice, weather forecasts, predictions for the end of the world?
Well, Quetzalcoatl will definitely let us all down in 012, so no big end of the world predictions.
Well, I'm glad that the fans got a chance to listen to your lovely voice again. I believe it's for the second time. Maybe it's the third time. Oh God, it's so hard.
Second time,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's second time. Well, a lot of times when we have people who keep coming back, it's kind of hard to be like, did we have them on 5 times or did we have them on 2 times? I don't know. It's been 4 years. We'll figure it out. But no, thank you so much for joining us again. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
And for anybody out there that missed any of this interview, shame on you, but don't fret. It'll be up on the website within the next few days, so keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan. Everything you want and nothing you don't.